All right, family. Black Power, you live with the general. We got some fire today, as always. We're going to be talking about how Donald Trump and the current administration is about to give out reparation to January 6th insurrectionists who committed insurrection on the U.S. Capitol. They about to get them reparations, even without the vote of Congress. You see, which means so they could just, the president can, he can give it out. He can cash out. So here it is. You got the criminal element, MAGA criminal element, about to get paid out. You see, and here it is. You still ain't got your check. No check. No check for black people. So I mean, that should tell you something, family. But before we get started, Ray, just hold off on, just put in the links that I put in because I'm working on some of the sites. You feel me? So they down, and so you don't got to put in. Just put in the ones that I put in. They in the video descriptions. Just go back and they've been updated. Just go in the video description, get the ones that's in the video descriptions, and we gonna rock with them. But hold off on the ones because I'm working on a lot of. All right. Uh so yeah, here we go. Yeah, most definitely. I want y'all to get over here. Man, we got it for you, family. That's right. The ancient comedic science of solar melanin divinity on Patreon. You already know we got that fire. That's how we rock and roll. And so we about to get deep off into the science of our ancestors, and we got the Dragon Kings of Kemet. That's right, and the rise of African consciousness. This is off the chain, family. You can't get this nowhere else. You will not get it nowhere. And so make sure you get over there and check it out, family. Click the link at the top of the chat. But so this is it, They looking out for their own. You're not gonna expect no man gonna give you nothing, especially to put you in a better position to be able to move him out of the number one spot. He know you got potential, but you got a lot of stuff to clean up. You got a lot of stuff to clean up. They not respecting you. And then you begging these people and they not respecting you because they know that you know what the little dollars you got, you still addicted to white culture and white worship and white people. You can't give up on it. That's where your little $1 trillion is going. They don't respect you at all. You see what I'm saying? You can't even take the $1 trillion and flip it a couple of times and make yourself that much stronger. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to, you know what I'm saying? Do you know flipping that trillion just into 3 trillion? You see, just flipping it into 3 trillion, 2 or 3, so you can go just 2 trillion, and then flip it again to 4 trillion. When you start getting up in that, you start trying to get up to that 10 trillion. You know what I'm saying? You moving the crowd. You starting to move the crowd. You ain't gonna be, but see, you weak in that area. You weak in your black power. These niggas want to sit on the on the white man lap. That's what they want to do. I'm just gonna be 100 with you. They might as well be out there in that crowd with them, and they probably is. You see, they want to sit. They want to sit on the white man lap, and but see, and you get, you gonna end up discarded in a trench somewhere in a mass grave. They're gonna get rid of all you niggas. You see, and so that's why I keep telling you, you got to, yes, it's ours, but that ain't how you gonna get it. And by the time they give you something, it ain't gonna be worth nothing no way. If you go ahead and get your black power moving and take over the economy of your community, you understand what I'm saying? And take over the products of those businesses, but start your business and then move to the products. You see, don't wait. Just take over the business. And even if you have to put whatever you got to put in there to get it started. But once you get it started and the people is supporting you every day, then you begin to as much as black owned products, black manufactured products should be in the store. And when we start moving in that direction, we're gonna repair ourselves. We're gonna repair our mind to where we won't need to ask nobody for nothing because we'll be generating our own economy. You see, amongst ourselves enough to fund everything that we need to push our objectives into the futures and hand our children, a heavy treasure chest of not just wealth but mental and spiritual wealth. And you ain't gonna never get no blessings, and entangled with those who have mercifully killed our ancestors and things of that nature. You see, and you in cahoots with them, and the ancestors is in the afterlife shaking their head because here their own descendants is actually in cahoots with the people that destroyed them and caused them great bloodshed and pain. You see, and that's why you ain't going nowhere. That's why you ain't going. But it just show you that they look out for their own. They're not gonna look out for you. Here it is. He gonna pay them, and that's to pacify them because he's weak. Donald Trump is I could I've known it, but he's going out seriously a lame duck at this point because now he's so weak in his numbers because he's not producing for the nation. He's not doing nothing even for his own constituents. And so this is a stunt to try to pacify the MAGA that's waving his ass goodbye, saying, "Oh, you not the Trump that we knew. You're not the same Trump that, that good old racist. He's still a racist, but you not riding for the common MAGA. You riding now. You rubbing elbows with these rich guys, and you didn't forgot about the laymen's and shit. The coal miner races and the ranchers and shit. And over there, them type that just ranchers, cowboy races and shit. You done forgot about them. The ones that's down there building your wall and shit. You didn't forgot about them. So this is a means to pacify his MAGA low life. This is what it is. But it sure and prove that you ain't gonna get nothing from these people. And these Negroes that keep push, yes, fight, continue to fight. We're gonna do, and we can't put everything in one basket. And so as they do this, we got to do something else. Everybody should not be, just on one, one blueprint. We should be moving every blueprint that's possible for us to get ahead out there. And that should be understood. That should be understood. And there's no reason for us to be so myopic that everybody is going to focus. It's enough on every project, enough of us on every project to move each one of them forward. If it need be, you need a rally, and you need the family to come and show up and blow up. We could do that. That's not a problem. Put the call in. But other than that, we're gonna be over here doing this. You see, we're gonna be over here making some moves on taking over these businesses in our own community because we ain't got no time to wait. It's 2020, 2026. You feel what I'm saying? We got to have something on the ground right now. We can no longer wait another year. We cannot be another year talking about reparations. You know what I'm saying? I just don't, I just can't see it. It's like a prison at this point. And ain't nobody doing nothing as far as owning the community, which is the essential element in liberation. That's the first place you look. When you come out your door, you look at the businesses in proximity to your house. And if you see decadence, you see other people on it, then you have benefit, you have not evolved to no level. You have not elevated to no level. These peoples is out here confusing you once again. You see, and this is basic Black Power 101. This ain't no goddamn Chinese arithmetic. You see, this is Black Power 101. And so hopefully, that, our people wake up before it's too late. A lot of these peoples out here is kidnapping souls. And and I see that I'm gonna stay on the front line and waking people up. I'm gonna be a deterrent, for our people that's thinking that they can pull our people in back into this prison, with no out, no exit from this prison. It's one thing to fight and for a cause, but it's another to trap people in an ideology that has no out. And if it fail, then you got a lot of people that didn't put all their effort into it, and then they what another. I mean, each year for us not hitting that mark, it's almost like at this point, with all the turmoil going on, 1 year is like magnified. It's almost like because we've been talking this shit too long. So another year is almost like, damn, it's almost like 20. You know what I'm saying? Each year, oh, reparation, motherfucker, what we gonna do? You know what I'm saying? I want it, but what we gonna do? What the fuck is we gonna do? Each year you go by and you don't get it, nigga. Is really it, I remember this movie, and it was like a Greek mythology. It wasn't even Greek mythology. It was like a fantasy like movie, and I don't know. They had put an illusion over these guys' eyes. So when they saw this paradise. They brought them to a big ass banquet, and man, it was all kind of food and shit, and they had they had women out there, and it was like three guys, and they just partying and all of this shit, and somehow, like some entity that was on their side was able to get in their head. They was like, uh, 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 I don't know what it was. They was able to wake him up. And he said, man, do this, and you will be able to see. And when he did it, all the shit on the table, they was eating, it was all type of fruit and all type of, it had worms in it. When he opened his eyes up, he was like, and he had been eating the shit. It was all rotten. And the shit had, everything was rotten. And then the women, they was witches. He say, wait, you know what I'm saying? And that's the reality of this shit. People's is putting this shit in front of your face and it looks amazing to you. And niggas is in it. But by time you realize, I mean, and time is going by. You know what I'm saying? I watched this shit because it's a lot of these movies, is esoterical in the sense, like, man, motherfucker think they had been there for like, 30 minutes to an hour. Motherfucker been there for 15 years. Y'all seen movies like that? Motherfucker been in a time trap, a container. You know what I'm saying? Where the time is moving so fast, and you thinking you got, you been there an hour, and you been there 50. And when the motherfucker finally came to and realized he had a beard and shit down to the motherfucker was damn near 20 years older. So you have to understand that in these times, these motherfucking days, these years is like 20 fucking years now. Cause niggas been talking this shit too long. Nigga, for everything. Every opportunity we get to keep that shit in our pocket so we can spend it on something to control the community where we stay. That's where you start. And as you move forward, everything will fall in place. You just got to make that first step. We got to make that first step. We got to you got to be courageous. You got to come off them name brands. You got to come off of whatever habits and shit. If the cause is righteous. If it's not righteous, shut the fuck up and go on and be a nigga. That's what you do. Take your ass over, get high, do whatever the fuck you want to do. But if this is real to you, then you a sacrifice in order to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Because the times is it's some serious times, and these type of peoples that's out here that can kill at the drop of a dime. They 17, they 15, they radicalized. They could show up at your school, your baby school, and with shit like this, man, you got to be on high alert about your children. Let me say that. You need to be on high alert about your children, meaning going to school. You understand what I'm saying? Make sure they in that school, and make sure you watching what's around that school. It's almost like we have to have, the parents need to show up, pick the kids up, walk up and get the kids, walk them back, make sure all the kids get home, man. And keep your eyes on people, man. Keep your eyes on. You just can't be there just for you have to be there and with eyes open and be vigilant in these days and time. Because they want to go to soft targets. Your grocery stores, children's schools, daycares, soft targets where they know they ain't gonna get nobody to shoot back and shit. That's what they think. You know what I'm saying? And so they want to go somewhere, church. You could be in church, you could be in the mosque, you know what I'm saying, praying, anything, and they want to attack you when you're in a state of not weakness, but you're in a soft environment, and soft meaning that is not required of you to be physical. You just lay back, you chilling, you doing something that requires intellect, and you not thinking about that. So you're gonna be talking spirituality, intellect, deity, God, and they catch you in that state, which and your guard is down, and that's when they attack. You see what I'm saying? And so that's what's up today. But yep, the reparations is going out for the insurrectionists of January 6th. Donald Trump is pacifying his MAGA garbage, and that just show you, man, get on your Black Power program, because it's the only thing that could save you. Before we get out of here, family, make sure you get over there to Patreon. We got the Dragon Kings of Kemet, Rise of African Consciousness, off the chain, family. And we have the ancient Kemetic science of solar melanin divinity, off the chain. Both of them is gonna be super fire. They're going down tomorrow. Click that link and be in the house. Don't you dare miss it. See you in a minute. Movie theaters, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. See y'all on the next video, family. Black Power.